Hello everyone, and welcome to the lesson 3 of our video series for the Forex Academy. So under this lesson 3, that was yesterday, what we discussed was under lesson 2 that was talking about how to know your entries. So I believe you must have watched that one. So the one we are doing today is how to know when to exit the market or when to take your profit and how to manage your risks. So in this video, what you are going to be learning is how to trade smart. You've known how to take the entries. Now you should know how to exit with profit and protect your capital. And it is these two things that make you become a truly consistent trader. So in our focus will be that to knowing that even the best entry means nothing if we do not exit the market in a smart way. So winning trades are very great, but keeping those profits is what matters. So in this video, that is what you are going to learn. So the first thing that we want to take note of whenever we are taking trade is using the 1:2 risk to reward ratio. And what does this mean? This means that if you are risking something, let's say for example you are risking 20 pips, you want to be targeting at least times 2 of what you are risking. That is, whatever you are risking, whether in money value, for example you are risking $5, you want to start targeting like $10 minimum. So in such a way you can even catch fewer trades, and majorly what you are losing, maybe for example you've lost 5 trades but you got 5 trade in your direction. When you calculate this risk to reward ratio, you will see that your account will eventually end in profit because you are using a sweet risk to reward ratio. So you can either choose to use something like 1:2 or something higher. That if you are risking like 20 pips, your minimum should be that you are targeting like 40 pips or higher, and this will help you to stay profitable overall. Now the second one is for you to set your stop loss. In the last video we were able to touch how to set your stop loss briefly. So in this particular video I want to emphasize more on the need for you to set stop loss. Although for those who are scalping, they take fewer trades, they just take quickly, they take trades and they take their profit. But it is very important for you to set stop loss in every trade that you take, so that you can at least be sure of what you are risking per trade. And just as a quick reminder, to set your stop loss, for example the example I'm having here, we're able to take the entry points at this point, at this level. Let me bring out my horizontal line so that I can see it properly. This was our entry point. Okay, so this was the entry point. Then how do we set the stop loss? Remember, the candle we used in confirming this entry was the 3 white soldiers, which was these 3 green candles, 1, 2 and 3. So to set our stop loss, what we now did is, from the entry point, like I mentioned in the last video, from the entry point you measure it to the last candle, the third last candle. If it is a bullish engulfing bar or a bearish engulfing bar, you just carry your stop loss to the tip of the candle, and in this case you can see it was 19. When we measure it is 19. So what I now did is I added 5 to it. So 5 plus 19, that's about 24, right? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yes. So you now extend it to about 24, and that is how you set your stop loss. And in order for you to set your TP, which is the step 3, in order for you to set your TP, you will now target at least times 2. And since this one is 24, times 2 will be about 48, right? So you can now target like times 2, which is 48. But I think in this video I was able to target times 3, depending on how your risk to reward ratio is. But this video is emphasizing that the minimum that you should target should be at least times 2. It will not make sense for you to be trading and you are risking maybe $50 on a particular trade and you are gaining $20. No, 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 no. So that means if you lose twice, you are losing $100, and if you gain twice, you are winning $40. No, that's not making sense. But if you are risking times two, for example, you are risking $50 and you are targeting $100, that means if you lose twice, you are going to lose $100. But if you gain twice, you are going to gain $200. So that one, your account will eventually be on profit. Now, as a bonus tip, there's another thing I mentioned in the group. I mentioned about what you should risk in your capital. Now, because you're a newbie, it is very important for you to know at least how many stop loss can you hit on a row. There are some of us that we already know that, okay, oh, this is my strategy. I can hit maximum 5 stop loss on a row. Meaning, if you now prepare your account to lose 10 stop loss on a row, that means you are sure that if you hit the first one, second one, till the fifth one, then the sixth one, you are going to get it. But to be on the safer side for you, if like that one I just mentioned about 10 times, that means you'll be risking 10% of your account. But as a newbie, to be on the safer side, it is important for you to be risking 1 to 2% of your account. In this way, it will help you stay long in the market. Let's just quickly calculate something using calculator. For example, if you have $500 and you decide to risk just 5%, just 1% or 2%. If we are risking 2%, so that means 2% now. Let's quickly do that. 2%, 2%. I don't know what's wrong with my calculator. 2% should be 0.02, right? Times 500. Okay, so that's 10. So that means if you are risking 2% of $500, that means you are risking $10 per trade. So how many times will you have to lose now? That's 500 divided by 10. So that means you have to lose 50 times on a row before this account can blow. So if you have this kind of setup in your mind, you are funding your hard-earned money, and your setup is showing you that you have to lose at least 50 times on a row before you can lose this entire fund, my dear. You will have confidence in trading that account, and that is just what this video is all talking about, having that risk management idea in your mind. So as a quick recap, what we've discussed in this video so far is that before you take any trade, it is very important for you to calculate your stop loss and your TP, meaning you already know what you are risking. Even if you off your phone and they ask you that trade you took, how much are you going to lose if you go against you, you can say, oh, I'm losing so amount. And they can ask you, if this trade eventually goes in your direction and you hit your TP, how much are you going to gain? You can say, yes, I am going to gain so amount. That is one. The second thing we discuss is your risk to reward ratio. Minimum, whatever you are risking, you must be targeting a minimum of at least times 2 of what you are risking. And lastly, you must not risk more than 1% or 2% of your capital as a newbie. For example, me personally, I used to risk about 10% of my account, and that's because I've been trading for a long time and I already know how the market behaves, and I'm certain of my strategy. I know, a lot of things has been put into consideration before I can take such a risk. But you who are a newbie, you should not risk more than 1 to 2%. If you are risking 2%, that means your account will need to hit stop loss 50 times on a row before you lose your entire fund. Though that will give you more confidence in trading your account. So that is what we are going to discuss in this lesson 3. And I dropped an assignment in the group. The assignment is that you should open your GBP USD setup from your last section, meaning from the last lesson. I believe you must have done the assignment I dropped. Just go back to it. After marking your entry points, mark your stop loss using the closest opposite zone. That is just the way I explained it. Then set your TP minimum of at least 2 times your risks. Then screenshot that trade setup. Then after screenshotting it, you had the write up. I trade smart, not lucky. So this is what I expect you to do in your assignment for today. So Okay, so I made a mistake in the assignment. There's something I would love you to also take note of as you are marking your trade. I would like you to calculate your stop loss pips. Write it write it out, the account balance you are using. Write the amount you want to risk. Then write out the lot size you are going to use. So take note, you have picked this trade setup. Now calculate your stop loss in pips. Use a calculator to find out the lot size you are using. So meaning you are going to show your account balance. If you are using, let's say, $1,000, now you will now write my account balance is $1,000. My stop loss is so amount. My take profit is so amount, and I want to risk so amount. This is the lot size I am going to use. And if this account hits stop loss, this is the amount I'm losing. If this account hits take profit, this is the amount I'm going to gain. So you are going to share the screenshot of the trade that you use. That's the screenshot of your charts, and you are going to also share this thing I listed out. So that's how we come to the end of lesson 3 of this series. See you in the next video.